Alright, save another Beyblade unboxing. This time on UnicornDelta. I am very late to this because, well, it seems to be getting scalped pretty badly, so wanted to wait a little bit on this thing, but anyway, let me just go ahead and open this thing up. Alright, so first up we have the instructions as always. Then moving into the actual bit here, we of course have the ratchet 360, the one reused part here, has this kind of blue and yellow thing going on. Pretty interesting color scheme, but yeah, day one part, it does pair fine with the base. It's not like horrible, but maybe not ideal, but again, not horrible. Then we have Gear Unite, so another gear bit, not really what I was hoping to see, but they did actually make the point of Unite stick out, so I guess it's a little bit different than a normal gear bit, which is nice, but beyond that, yeah, it is still a gear bit, but extra burst resistance as usual, but not entirely sure on this one. Then we have the lock chip Unicorn. Solid sticker design. Color itself is good, but kind of wish it was white. We'll talk about that later though, but still a solid looking lock chip. And there is the assist blade odd, which is entirely different depending on which side we're looking at. We have the smooth normal side, and then whatever is happening on this side. The overblade is peak, has this thing here which is used for a mode change. We'll get to that here in a minute. Looks pretty good. And lastly we have the metal blade here, Delta. That's at the two different sides. You have these details here in cyan for the smoother side, and then the more jagged side of this yellow stripe, so pretty cool. Then yeah, we do have the mode changing aspect of Delta. So you have three different ways to actually put the overblade on Delta. The first is balance mode, where it's on the bottom, kind of between the two sides there. Again, that is its balance mode. Makes sense, I guess. Then we have defense mode, where this larger magenta part is on the smoother side. Don't think it really sticks out like at all either way, but well, that's its other mode. And then its last mode, which kind of feels like its main mode, which is attack mode, which goes on this side right there. Don't really think it sticks out either way though, but yeah, it pairs with the more jagged side. I guess you could argue it's like a weight shift a little bit, but yeah. Not really sure how effective these modes are going to be, but it was worth at least, you know, going over them. But anyway, before we actually start putting this thing together, we go ahead and actually do the part weights. So first up we'll have the ratchet 360, 6.27 grams, and then gear point 2.28 grams, the unicorn lock chip 1.69 grams, the odd assist blade at 4.53 grams, the peak assist blade at 3.48 grams, and the delta metal blade at 27.87 grams. The full blade weighs in at 37.56 grams, and then the full combo here weighing 46.09 grams, so pretty solid weight all around, I'd say. Not bad. Now putting this in together, you can kind of get more modes, I guess you could say, with the assist blade, but yeah, I'm just going to kind of pair the weirder side with the more jagged side, and the smooth sides are kind of together. Again, you can do other stuff with that, but that's just how I'm going to personally have it. Then let's go ahead and put the blade fully together there. So here is UnicornDelta Peak Odd. Pretty solid looking blade. And then putting the whole thing together here. We have UnicornDelta Peak Odd 360 Gear Unite. Pretty interesting looking bay. Solid color scheme, I would say. Then comparing it to Unicorn Sting, which these two are actually owned by different people. Guess that's kind of noteworthy. But yeah. It is different for sure. Some similarities, but some differences. Alright, so what do I think about UnicornDelta? It's an interesting bay. It's of course our fourth CX expand bay, the first since the first wave. It's a prize bay, so it's pretty annoying to get. And considering the price on this thing, it's already hard to recommend. Probably worth just waiting for Hasbro or for, you know, things to just calm down a little bit. But beyond that, for the physical design of this thing, it's pretty good. I mean, the top-down view is nice, I would say. Color scheme is solid. The parts, I mean, they make enough sense. I think Gear Unite's kind of whatever, but I guess that's more like a conceptual issue, so it's a good looking bay. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. It's good. I do kind of wish we took more from Sting. I really like this thing's color scheme. Like, the color scheme is good here, but I do wish we had like a white lock chip. Maybe go a little bit lighter on the overblade, and then also the ratchet here, the outside instead of yellow. Maybe make that white. Personally would have been much more up my alley, but as is, it's still good. Now getting into its conceptual score, this thing is hard for me to rank. First up, underneath here, 360 Gear Unite. That just feels like something we could have gotten in like 2023. Yes, Unite's a 2024 bit, but still, it's not doing a whole lot here. Doesn't feel that interesting at all. Again, getting a new gear bit in 2026 is kind of rough, honestly. It's at least a little bit different than Unite, so it's not as horrible, but wish it was something a bit better. Beyond that, though, I think the blade's pretty decent. I find it hard to expect anything out of CX at this point. And yeah, a lot of this blade just feels like kind of a basic balance blade. However, you do have the overblade mode changes. Do these actually make a huge impact on battle? I'm not really convinced they do. Maybe slight stuff, but it's not exactly what I wanted to see from a mode change like this. Also, the fact that this is the first time we're getting like a CX mode change based on orientation gimmicks is kind of crazy. Like, you could have done this with the displays a year ago, but we didn't. But it is something that should exist, and I guess having it is a good thing. I'm just gonna give this thing a 6 out of 10. It's solid. It at least does something, right? Like, the overblade at least does give you a technical mode change. It's better than nothing. And a lot of CX bays aren't that interesting, I feel, so I think I have to at least go to 6 over like a 5 or lower. But yeah, that's basically what I think about UnicornDelta. It's a solid release. Nothing too crazy, just fine. Very, very overpriced right now though, for sure. Again, would highly recommend waiting this thing. But anyway, that's really all to say about this thing, so thanks for watching and bye-bye.